Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sustainability Spotlight. Today, we're doing a wonderful interview with June MacDonald-Jenkins, and I'm so excited to chat with you today about all of your initiatives and all of your work. So I'll let you introduce yourself. If you just wanted to start by saying a little bit about yourself as well as your role here at Humber.
Thank you, Isabel. It's a pleasure to chat with you today. So as you mentioned, my name is June MacDonald-Jenkins. I am both the Senior Dean of the Faculty of Social and Community Service and the Principal of the beautiful Lakeshore campus. My role here at Humber is to ensure that I provide both academic and stewardship leadership to the Principal's Office of the people, the resources, and the land here at the Lakeshore. So I just started in October of 2021. I came from Loyalist College and have had a wonderful time since I've come here. People are delightful at Humber. It's everything you hear. The people are incredibly kind, and that was certainly a big draw to come. So I'm thrilled to be here. I still consider myself a new girl, but happy to chat a little bit more about what we're doing around sustainability here at the Lakeshore campus.
Yeah, and as someone who is 1 month into their role, I also agree. I love the community and the atmosphere at Humber. I couldn't agree more with you on that. So to start us off, can you tell me a little bit about what projects have you worked on at Humber that involve sustainability?
Well, as you know, sustainability is a core value here at Humber, and as a principal, supporting that strategic vision of the college of a healthy campus is central to my approaches associated with how we ensure we are all good citizens here at the Lakeshore. So some of the efforts that we've done in my time is since we reopened on March 7th, and you may not recall because you just started with us, but on March 7th, we reopened and brought students back to the campus. With that, we actually launched the Binless campaign, which is a pilot project. It's not a pilot project, it's a project out of the Office of Sustainability. And the goal of that campaign is to diminish our footprint and the amount of plastics that we are adding into our waste environment, and to be more efficient in how we use and how we work with our facilities and environmental staff associated with cleaning up of garbage at people's desks and workstations. So we brought in the 4-bin system. It had originally have been launched at the International Graduate School in downtown. At that campus, it was a massive success because they did it as the school opened. And when that campus opened, the students didn't know any other methodology. Here at the Lakeshore, we've been well established for a very long time. So we brought it in on March 7th. Faculty and students were returning to campus. We thought it was a great time to bring the project here. And we started it right here in the Welcome Building, because as the Senior Dean and Principal, if I'm going to advocate for change across the faculty in the Lakeshore, I better be the first one to engage in it. So we started at the Lakeshore on March 7th. Sustainability folks that we worked with were just incredible. They ensured we communicated it out on a regular basis out of the principal's office about what the project was and the success that they had at the IGS. And then sustainability came and put place cards on everyone's desks and took away their garbage cans, left the recycle bins, and everyone has a responsibility now to take their garbage and their compost and their recycling out to the 4 bins that are available outside every major office area. It's great. There's also a composting piece so that individuals can not throw their compost into the garbage. So we're able to extend our sustainability efforts by not adding more to landfill that is not necessary. It went really well in the well early on. We had a few hiccups in the first few days around ensuring that everybody got the communication, making sure that all the right people were on the list. People move around at Humber. It's a great place. There's lots of opportunities. We sorted that out, and I can say that we've been doing a rollout across the buildings. We have now gone from the well all through the cottages, and medical and annex are this coming week. And then the AB building and the east side of the campus will continue out. So by the end of June, the entire Lakeshore campus will have been fully converted to this binless initiative. We're very excited about that. And we already know that we have diverted thousands and thousands and thousands of plastic bags and garbage away from landfill and into compost and into recycling where it should be. Folks have been excited about it. They're happy to participate. So that's probably been the major project that we've taken on since I've come. The nice part was when I came from Loyalist College, where a similar initiative was implemented in 2016. So I had lived through a lot of the questions and the queries that came with it. So when they asked me to initiate it, I was happy to be part of it, because I'd already lived as a leader through the concerns and the questions, so had a great lived experience to be able to bring to the project myself.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And I'm sure with such a large project, there must have been lots of challenges and changes that you've had to overcome. I'm wondering if was there any resistance at all with folks maybe being a little bit confused by this project? And if so, how did you continue to, explain the sustainability benefits from the project to those folks?
Surprisingly, there weren't a lot of great challenges. As you can imagine, with any great, especially a campus-wide rollout, you would anticipate all kinds of challenges. The garbage cans remain in large areas where we host events and do things and do pieces like that. It really is an office motivated project. So interestingly, we had a few questions early on where folks felt it was their right and privilege to have a garbage can at their desk. But we related it back to when they had been working at home over this pandemic period. And I would often say, so what are you doing at home when you're having lunch at your desk? And what do you do? And they go, well, I pick up my pieces and I take it to my kitchen. I put it in my recycle. And I go, that's exactly what we're doing here. You're taking that same sense of responsibility that you have in your own home, and you're just transferring it to your workplace. It's a good opportunity to get up away from your desk. It's great to stretch. We know that, sitting is the new terrible thing to do for prolonged periods of time. So it was also an opportunity to say, it's great to engage, to walk out, to get away from your desk for a moment, engage with the larger Humber community as well. So I'm going to just knock wood, but as we rolled it out, we have the last rollout of cottages. We literally had no inquiries or no concerns. We have communicated, and sustainability has communicated often, and we are quick to respond. And in the very first early days, there was some concern with some folks who didn't feel they understood it well enough. Sandra Pera and her group from sustainability immediately came to that area, did a little session with the groups and talked to them immediately. I made sure that I came down from the principal's office to those areas as well and said, I hear you have concerns. How can I help? So we were very responsive very quickly so that we can ensure that people felt supported. And the goals of sustainability are so well known. Everyone wants to contribute. Everybody wants a healthier planet. We all want to leave something for the generations beyond us. And we want to lead by example for our students and model that. So when we first put out the information, when I first sent it out kind of institution wide across the lakeshore here about what we were going to do, the vast majority of responses were, oh, it's about time. This is so great. I'm so glad we're doing this. So folks were ready. And it helped that we also were bringing in fewer people in March. Not everybody was back at campus. So those that did come back had a chance to champion it, get used to it. And then in the fall, we will have many more folks back on campus. And maybe that's when we'll have a little bit more conversation. But we'll make sure that we do a guess what, everybody, we're coming back. This is what's been happening. It's been very successful, and we will report our successes with that as well.
Yeah, well, that's amazing that you're offering, support and guidance as well as an explanation as to the hopes and dreams of this project so that nobody's left in the dark and they can kind of hop on board and join the sustainability movement and help reduce how much waste Humber creates as a whole. So that's awesome. And so my next question for you is, have you always been a sustainable minded person or individual? What sort of career choices have led you to the role that you're currently in?
So My background is that I'm a registered nurse, so I come from healthcare, and so the idea of individual, community, family health has been core to my career and my career as an educator in nursing and in healthcare as well. So, has sustainability always been interwoven into our curriculum? Absolutely. The healthcare system is such a broad ecosystem, and I think the pandemic just recently has shone such a light on the importance of how we utilize materials, how we ensure that we are thinking about the environment. When we think about the millions and millions of masks that were required during the pandemic, and I think one of the things that often saddened me deeply during that time was watching people just discard them, and the incredible litter and increase to garbage and disregard for the environment uh, that had caused, because individuals just wanted the mask off once they got outside. And I appreciate that as well. They wanted the fresh air and they wanted those pieces. But you can't think about the overall health of a community, wellness, and the determinants of health and not think about a sustainable structure within it, because that will be the only way that we achieve a healthy community, is by the way that we provide food security, shelter, and all of those pieces. So the sustainability principles help guide us through that for sure. So have I always led a fairly sustainable life? Yes. Grew up in the Maritimes. We had a large farm. We were very sustainable, grew most of our own food. You know, our mom taught us how to make our own bread. We pickled and preserved and did all kinds of things like that. So that we, didn't have and always composted as long as I can remember. I continue to and recycle and do all of those pieces and ensure that I support efforts where we are always trying to be very respectful and not wasteful to the resources that are provided to us. The Gardens Project here at the Lakeshore is an excellent example where we are working with a variety of community groups to, of course, plant the garden pods so that we are growing a food source that is affordable and accessible to members of the community who don't necessarily have access, which is really another piece about building a sustainable community and contributing. Here at the Lakeshore, we are part of the South Etobicoke community, and we have a responsibility as part of this community to take part and lead projects like that to ensure that that we are being a good contributing member, and it's part of our respect for the beautiful lakeshore environment.
Yeah, that's amazing that you've always incorporated sustainability into not only your personal life but also into your work. And from seeing you last week hands-on participating in the Gardens Project, I can tell you really are a woman of your word and do put sustainability first in all of your work, which is just wonderful to hear. And so I'd like to ask you, what are you hopeful for at Humber College in terms of sustainability? What would you like to see happen at Lakeshore, maybe campus or in Humber as a whole? What sorts of goals are you hoping for Humber to achieve?
So my goals for Humber and the Lakeshore is always that we have an absolute social consciousness associated with sustainability and the pieces that we do. We're just about to launch the Center for Innovation, for Social Innovation, and its lens is on removing barriers and ensuring that we are doing things in a very mindful way associated with community and our land and respect for that land. And part of that, Humber's commitment to that is the large build of the Humber Cultural Hub right here on the Lakeshore campus. It's the largest capital build in Humber's history. And the build will be a LEED Platinum certified building. They push the energy efficiency requirements up higher than LEED Platinum even required. So it'll be the most efficient new building Humber has ever built. When complete, the new building will use about the same amount of energy as our existing A building does now, even though it is almost 4 times its size. So it will be one of the most efficient buildings in this entire country. There will be 100 kilowatts of solar on the roof and the first solar install here at the Lakeshore. It's been designed as a net zero carbon facility, and it will be heated and cooled by a geothermal field under the building. And there are 16 EV chargers. So the Lakeshore is setting itself up as the standard, as the gold standard associated with sustainability, energy use, and efficiency in the Ontario college system. So I'm very excited about that, to be the principal and to be able to say that we have such a consciousness as we build this massive structure that will not only be an incredible arts center, which meets a whole different level of sustainability around culture and the arts and those pieces, but it will have energy efficiency and will certainly be a big piece of our goal and desire, of course, to not increase our carbon footprint in any way, shape, or form, or at least not make it worse than it currently is.
Lots to look forward to then with the opening of that building. So do you know when it is expected to be open?
So there will be some part, phase one will be complete in 2023, with phase two, we're looking more towards 2025. So it will be a phased opening with residence buildings, the Performing Arts Hall. If you want to go to the humber.ca, Humber Cultural Hub, you can certainly get more information about this wonderful, incredible build that will really be a statement piece. And what I love about the Cultural Hub the most is that it sits back and is embedded as part of this community and part of this campus. So it was designed to be well integrated into the footprint of the history of the Lakeshore, and yet be a modern, very highly efficient, again, LEED Platinum certified build. So we're very excited about that.
Awesome. And so to wrap this up, I'd like to ask for anybody watching this interview right now, if they're looking for a way to, gain some sustainability experience, or if they're looking for a career in sustainability, just getting involved. Is there anything you recommend, whether it be, on the Lakeshore or the North Campus, or just in general, anything you would recommend or give advice to those people?
Well, I think there's a multitude of things you can do and programming that you can explore. But if you're just wondering and if you're just curious, I do want to let you know that coming at the end of June, early July, our interpretive center here at the Welcome Center is doing a sustainability tour, and we will explore the natural and built histories of the Lakeshore campus, our efforts to preserve the historical and ecological spaces from both Humber College and the Lakeshore community, and the tour will follow the renovations of the heritage cottages, which we're so proud of, and the thought that was put into the design of the new construction on campus and the development of the unique green spaces right here at Colonel Sam Smith Park behind me. So if you just want to peek into what that could be, please join us at the Interpretive Center here at the Lakeshore campus.
Yeah, excellent advice. And the Office of Sustainability is collaborating with them. So we gave them lots of sustainability features from the Lakeshore campus to feature in them. So really exciting stuff. And we're looking forward to it launching. I'd like to say so much for joining us today, June. It was an absolute pleasure getting to know more about you, your role, and how you feel about sustainability. If anybody has any questions, where is the best place to either reach you or just gain more information on some of the topics you talked about?
Well, I'm easy to find here at Humber College. I'm the only June MacDonald-Jenkins in the directory. You're always welcome to drop by the Welcome Center here at the Lakeshore campus. We're right here at 2 Colonel Sam Boulevard. And of course, you can reach out at any point to any of the administrative leaders here at the Lakeshore campus, and we'll be happy to have a chat. And of course, our own sustainability office, who are always more than welcome to answer questions and queries to anyone who's interested in knowing a little bit more about what we're doing. As well, we quite commonly do updates on the Humber Cultural Hub and the work that we are doing. And we work closely with our Lakeshore Grounds collaboration committee. And you can always check us out in our publication here at Humber that's always posted in the Communique Quarterly, our Socincom newsletter, which outlines not only all the great things that are happening in the Faculty of Social and Community Services, but it also puts a spotlight on the efforts from the Office of the Principal and what we're doing as part of the stewardship of the land, the people, and its resources right here at the Lakeshore.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.